Hello, I'm Chris, welcome back to FRAG-MENTAL, thanks for joining me. In this video, I want to talk about what is shaping up to be the best designer fragrance release of the year, Spicebomb Dark Leather. I first read about this new Spicebomb release a few weeks ago, and every day, literally every day, I've been checking the internet to find out if this fragrance has yet been released. Unfortunately, it hasn't yet. I feel like it's imminent, but to say I'm excited would be an understatement. For me, this is my most anticipated fragrance release of the year, designer or niche. I cannot wait for this to be released, and I'm going to tell you why. First off, big fan of the Spicebomb line. Original is great. My favourite is Extreme. Night Vision was okay, not amazing, but the infrared EDP and EDT I think are both fantastic. Extreme seems to be the version of Spicebomb that gets the most praise. A lot of people love the original, bit of a classic, maybe even a bit of a game changer, but Spicebomb Extreme is beloved amongst not only the fragrance community, but just everyone. It is such a great fragrance, certainly one of my all-time favourite designer fragrances. You get obviously the spices, bit of a spiced latte kind of vibe, and then there's tobacco and vanilla, black pepper. It's thick, it's rich, it's sexy, it's sensual, it's diffusive, it's cozy. It could be worn in a club, it's lively, it's got tons of energy. There's just so much that is good about this fragrance. I can't think of any negative points about it. So the reason I'm talking a little bit about this fragrance is the new Spicebomb Dark Leather I have read is built upon the DNA of Spicebomb Extreme. That to me is very exciting because as well as the pepper, the vanilla, the spices and the tobacco, we are getting some stunning notes added to this DNA. Just to whet your appetite and give you some idea of what we can expect, let me read you this that has been written by the brand. A burst of spicy black pepper and nutmeg that contradicts with the opulence of smoky incense and fiery cinnamon for an elevated sensuality. The ruggedness of black leather and hot tobacco wrap the fragrance with an irresistible sensuality, leaving a seductive trail of scent in its wake that is unforgettable. Elevated sensuality, irresistible sensuality, a seductive scent trail that is unforgettable. I think Viktor and Rolf are indicating that this fragrance might be sensual. The note listing that we have at the moment is black pepper, nutmeg, incense, cinnamon, tobacco, and dark leather. It sounds like somehow Viktor and Rolf got inside my head, worked out what my perfect fragrance would be, and thought, yeah, let's make that. Chris would love this. Let's just create his perfect fragrance and then release it. The description of this fragrance and the notes honestly make me feel like that's what's happened because it sounds so up my street. It's unbelievable. Incense, smoky woods, fiery cinnamon, hot tobacco. Oh, yes, please. If Viktor and Rolf can keep the structure, can keep the profile of Spicebomb Extreme, but perfectly balance it out and add in the new notes, the smoky incense, the dark leather, maybe even dial up the tobacco a little bit, maybe boost the cinnamon. If they can do all those things without breaking what is so good about this, I think we are in for an absolute treat. I don't see why they would get this wrong. If they did, that would be unforgivable because they created something truly magic with Spicebomb Extreme. If they can bring these extra elements into it, if they can darken it up even more, this could be amazing. I do trust in the brand. I feel like they've had some great releases. I think a slight misstep with the Night Visions, but definitely got back on track with the infrared. So the last two releases, the infrared EDP and EDT, I think were both very good. I'm trusting in Viktor and Rolf. I'm trusting they know how much people love Spicebomb Extreme. They know what works with that fragrance. It's a natural progression to go from the darker Spicebomb Extreme to something even darker. Leather is kind of in since Tuscan leather, and especially with Tom Ford's ombre leather, it's become very popular. I'm hoping that they do something that isn't too neutered, that isn't too tame. I do want a good leather, but obviously they don't want a leather note that is too intense, because after all, this has to be a pretty mass appealing designer fragrance. So I'm hoping that they can do something similar to what Tom Ford did with ombre leather and create a great quality, very realistic leather fragrance, but that is still extremely wearable. I don't want it to overtake the fragrance completely, but it is called dark leather, so I do want that leather note to pop really nicely. But of course, it's summer, and this isn't traditionally the type of fragrance that most people would choose to wear during the summer. So are they going to release this now, or will they wait? It definitely seems like more of an autumn winter release. So I'm thinking maybe back end of summer, so perhaps towards end of August, maybe even into September. That would seem like a good strategic time for Viktor Rolf to release this fragrance, but who knows? Sometimes these things don't seem to have a strategy. They just throw them out. So it could just be next week when it's released. I'm also pretty excited about the presentation of this. I love the grenade design. This one has the black label running around it, which I think looks really stealth, really sleek. And I'm not sure if on the pictures it looks like it's a real leather band or whether it's just part of the plastic molding that is made to look like leather. But either way, I think it looks like a really cool bottle, and I'm excited to get that in my hands. If they get this right, it has the potential to be an incredible fragrance. This has the potential, certainly for me, to be my favorite fragrance release of 2024, and I'm sure for many people out there, for any niche or designer, Spicebomb Dark Leather, if they do it how I want them to do it, how I hope they do it, Spicebomb Extreme plus all these extra fantastic notes, they could smash this, they could knock this out of the park. And I really hope that in a few weeks, when this fragrance is released, I can come back here and let you know how much I love it. I've got faith in Viktor and Rolf, so I think this could be probably the best release of the year. What do you think? Is it the most anticipated fragrance release of 2024? Are you looking forward to it? Do you think it's going to be as good as I hope it's going to be? Or are there any other fragrances that you think are more highly anticipated? If there is a fragrance that is more highly anticipated than the upcoming Spicebomb Dark Leather, let me know in the comments. Or is this the #1 most anticipated fragrance of 2024? If it is, let's hope that when it's released, it can be the best designer fragrance release of 2024. All right, that's it for this video. This new fragrance has been on my mind. I just wanted to share some of my thoughts with you. Let's have a conversation. Let me know what you think about this new and upcoming release. Has it been released where you are? Has it had an early release in other places in Europe? As of now, here in the UK, it is not yet released. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed it's with us soon. All right, that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, you know what to do. Give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you do all that, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.